Entity 121, otherwise known as the Bone Thieves, are massive potato-shaped creatures with bumpy, sickly yellow skin that is practically impervious to all man-made forms of weapons, excluding high-tech ones outside of the backrooms, like nuclear weapons. The Bone Thieves, if you would have already known, are stationary predators that rely on their ability to mimic the noises of both humans and entities to draw prey near and make them boneless. Their anatomy hasn't been properly examined to decipher how the bone thief can mimic so accurately. It is theorized that these entities must possess a highly developed larynx and temporal lobe to remember and utilize various voices. How their prey becomes boneless upon meeting their gaze is unknown. Where and what happens to the bones during and after removal is equally a mystery. The removal of their prey's bones is impossibly swift and clean. What is noted is that their bone-thieving powers can only be focused on one individual. Therefore, someone can see their eyes, as long as they're not the one having their bones be removed. Bone thieves possess a large gaping mouth that houses its eyes. The flesh within its maw is slick, colored hauntingly close to Vanta Black, as any texture definition cannot be viewed. This entity's jaw strength is immense. Without any gum line or teeth to chew through, it must stick to a strict no-bone diet. The two orifices on the sides of its head ooze a sort of liquid that helps keep its skin moist, which has a distinctive blue hue. When a bone thief makes a murder, it will extend its neck to reach out and slurp up the boneless corpse, thereby implicating that this entity has some form of inner structure. Bone thieves have never been observed to defecate or urinate. However, they have been observed regurgitating items that cannot be digested, such as articles of clothing, bags, or other man-made objects. When a bone thief is done feeding, their skin turns to a duller hue and they close their mouths, thereby nullifying their bone-thieving capabilities for at least 7 days, which is equal to a week as they digest their last meal. Bone thieves were first discovered by a wanderer whilst on a scavenging mission with another wanderer in the abandoned office. At one point during their stroll, the pair came across an instance of Entity 121. The wanderer who told the story was unaffected, but their friend did not survive the encounter. The entity was stated to seamlessly remove the other wanderer's bones without a single sound being made, leaving the visually unharmed corpse of the wanderer boneless and without support. The body fell to the ground, and the bone thief scooped the body up, closing its jaw as soon as the body was fully consumed. At this point, the wanderer who told the tale fled the scene, fearing the same fate for themselves. Although rare, bone thieves are capable of minimal movement and will migrate when they feel that their current territory will not sustain them. Their approximate speed can be compared to that of a lethargic sloth. It is theorized that the victim's bones are transported to a different dimension when being removed, although no evidence has been brought forth to support this claim. If you ever ended up coming across a bone thief, you should remember these 3 things. The first thing you should do is to keep a safe distance away from the entity. The second thing you should always remember is that if a bone thief comes into view, step out of its line of sight as fast as you can. And the most important rule for your chance to survive an encounter of a bone thief is to be very critical of what noises you hear. Bone thieves rely on mimicking noise and will often repeat these sounds in a loose pattern. But you should remember this. First, do not make eye contact. Keep your gaze low and move past them. And second, do not disturb them, even if their mouth is closed.